Episode 56, DF. While micrograms per cubic meter is not a metric most of us are familiar with, we understand that less pollution in our lungs is better. Limits being advocated for by NRDC and NPCA are not arbitrary. They are based on a decade's worth of scientific research that has found that PM2.5 is harmful at lower levels than previously thought. Further proof that the current limit for annual exposure is too high is seen in how seldom it's exceeded. Southern California is just about the only part of the country that regularly violates the current annual standard for PM2.5. It's certainly no coincidence that in 2018, two parks in that region, Joshua Tree National Park and Mojave National Preserve, both had air that was unhealthy for visitors to breathe for more than 2 months of the year. Today's forecast, PM2.5 levels inform the air quality index that, in turn, informs you about what you may be breathing in on a daily basis. These are air quality warning systems, code red, code orange, code yellow. That's how that the government communicates with you, the population, about whether the air is safe or unsafe. Health advocates will continue to push the EPA to strengthen its protections against particle pollution, which the agency will finalize later in 2023. Check out sites and apps like AirNow, and when levels tip into orange and red, consider staying indoors instead. The particulars of PM2.5. Why particulate matter matters. May 20, 2022. PM2.5, an air pollution consisting of particles less than 2.5 microns across. New Delhi has the most polluted air on Earth. In 2019, particulate matter in the city reached levels more than 20 times higher than the worst air pollution measured in Manhattan that same year. Specifically, it got to 900 micrograms per cubic meter, G/M3. For reference, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's EPA scale to measure particulate matter maxes out at 500 micrograms per cubic meter, at which point the air is considered hazardous. What is particulate matter pollution? Particulate matter, or PM, is one of the primary contributors to air pollution. Any solid or liquid substance that is suspended in the air counts as particulate matter pollution, including dust, dirt, or soot. Particulate air pollution is defined by size rather than the chemicals it contains. Typically reported in micrograms per cubic meter, the smaller these particulates are, the more damage they can wreak on the human body. Which is why they're regulated in the United States by the Clean Air Act, and why our air no longer approaches the dirtiness of China's or India's. Where does PM2.5 come from? You can trace PM2.5, on the other hand, primarily to combustion, fireplaces, car engines, and coal or fracked, natural, gas-fired power plants are all major PM2.5 sources. That's why the 5 U.S. cities with the highest PM2.5 levels are all in car-crazy California. Other problem cities have large coal-fired power plants. Pittsburgh rely heavily on wood stoves for heat. Fairbanks, Alaska, or are prone to wildfires. Medford, Oregon. What are the health effects of PM2.5? Your body isn't good at blocking PM2.5. These particles are small enough to bypass your respiratory system's defenses, getting into your lungs, where they can even penetrate the bloodstream. Research has shown that an increase of just 10 micrograms per cubic meter of PM2.5 in the air increases the risk of someone dying from heart disease by 10%. Exposure can also lead to higher rates of bronchitis, depressed lung function, asthma attacks, and even premature death. PM2.5 is responsible for an estimated 4.2 million deaths around the world every year. In other words, when it comes to air pollution, size matters. What level of PM2.5 is unhealthy? While the EPA marks the upper limit for good air quality at 12 micrograms per cubic meter over 24 hours, evidence shows that there is no safe level of air pollution exposure. This problem is a global menace and is imposing huge costs on our society in terms of deaths, illnesses, lost wages, and reduced worker productivity. How can you filter out PM2.5 particles? First, check the air quality index of your city here. If PM 2.5 concentration is high, it is recommended you avoid the outdoors. If you have to go outside, you can wear a face mask with a PM 2.5 filter to help reduce your exposure. If you're shopping for one, be sure it has NIOSH, National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, as well as either N95 or P100 printed on it. It has 2 straps, and it fits over your nose and under your chin, sealing tightly to your face. Air purifiers can be used inside your home to get rid of pollutants in the air. Texas, Houston. Year-long air quality data reveals alarming health hazards for Houston area residents. GLID equals IWER 3 Wix TM20A44 FP6 QVWWOD2I99NXS5 WPJHVRT5ZC6XH6CMB_GZ1WB7I. ROSEP View, Community Air Monitoring Program, CAMP. The results come from multiple low-cost air monitors installed and maintained by Air Alliance Houston and their community partners during 2022. The CAMP program aims to make information about air quality easily accessible to residents in environmentally vulnerable communities, so they can take steps to protect their health and then take action to protect their neighborhoods. Residents in these 5 CAMP communities are now using these real-time neighborhood-scale data to pinpoint ways to reduce pollution. April 22, 2023. Excerpts edited by ROSEP for brevity and clarity. Local organization presents 1-year findings from its Community Air Monitoring Program. Contact Rieka Pojankowski, rieka@airalliancehouston.org, 713-589-7079. Houston, Texas. Air Alliance Houston and community partners unveiled today the findings from the first year of their Community Air Monitoring Program, CAMP, a citizen science initiative to improve air quality and health. The data highlights, with local precision, the air pollution hazards present in 5 environmentally vulnerable communities in the greater Houston area: Gulfton, Kashmere Gardens, and near Northside/Northline in the city of Houston and the cities of Pasadena and Galena Park/Jacinto City in Harris County. In Galena Park/Jacinto City, fine particulate matter, PM 2.5, which can penetrate deep into the lungs and enter the bloodstream, triggering serious health conditions, exceeded the annual EPA maximum standard for 11 months compared to all other CAMP communities. More details of the CAMP air monitoring data for 2022 may be downloaded here. The community is taking air monitoring into their own hands, creating an air monitoring network located right in the middle of neighborhoods and close to homes, schools, churches, parks, and other places where our community members live, learn, work, and play. Thankfully, we now have the tools to see and track in real time what the air quality is like, when it's safe for our kids to spend time outside, and we look forward to using the data to demand for better policies that do not endanger our community's health. For more information about the Air Alliance Houston's Community Air Monitoring Program, including program videos and our live dashboards, visit airalliancehouston.org/community-air-monitoring-network. Utah. ROSEP View. These high school students recognize that car idling creates PM 2.5 that pollutes the air. The PM 2.5 pollution from residential wood smoke is not mentioned in this article. GLID equals IWER 3 Tier 2 VMFMSXK Jeki BJ 7 DSGY or KC _ FJD HO DVHSPPZNX QHMYDW 2 UI 7 TDQ. Cough, gag, wheeze, how Utah teens visualize the air they breathe. Granger High students create artwork in the fight against pollution.